Sometimes you just get them days when you could play for 3 days straight and you wouldn't score a goal. It was one of them today. The Leeds match vlog's coming up, so stick around. Welcome back to Black and White Banter, you lovely, lovely Newcastle fans. Bit of a rainy one today, but yes, I've still bounced out the shower. Last game of 2022. Cannot wait to get over on the Metro to get inside that stadium. What a year it's been. What a year it's been. And I fully fancy us today. I didn't do a match preview, by the way. I've had a bit of a funny week, bit of bad family news, so I didn't get round to doing a match preview. For anyone who does watch my videos and was kind of hoping for one, I know there's not many of yous. So I am backing us to win today. The dog's backing us to win today. I'm going to go convincing. I think Leeds can be impressive at times. They play a great style of football, which is why I think today on paper could be a fantastic game for the neutral. But I fully expect us to batter them, if I'm being totally honest with you. We are unstoppable at the moment. We've continued where we left off at Leicester. Now the World Cup breaks over, and I just cannot wait to get in that stadium. War Flags has got something special planned. People are going to be on the piss for New Year. Let's just cap off what has been one of the most amazing years for me supporting Newcastle United with another 3 points today. And let's stay in that title race, can I say. I don't think that we're in the title race, but I kind of... well, we are. If you are new to Black and White Banter Newcastle fans, please drop down. Give us a little like. It goes a very long way to getting in the algorithm. Get us across all social media. And if you stick around for this video and you like some of these match vlogs, whack that subscribe. I'm doing them all. I'm at Arsenal on Tuesday. I'm at Sheffield Wednesday on Saturday. The content's going to keep coming. So I'm going to get over to St. James Park now, wait on the team news coming in and get inside that stadium. Away the lads. Team news has just dropped. Unchanged from the Leicester game, apart from Callum Wilson is back on the bench. We were all a little bit touch and go whether he'd start. A little bit disappointed that he's not, particularly against a team like Leeds, because I think there's going to be so many chances in this game. But hopefully a chance for Chris Wood to impress if that is the case. Against his old team as well. And let's face it, Newcastle fans, not a bad little substitute to bring off the bench, Mr. Wilson, is he? I'm a bit late. Metro's running a bit late, so I'm going to dash up to the stadium now. Away the lads. One more time for 2022, lads. Come on. Half time, 0-0. We've probably been the better team. We are lacking Callum Wilson. God, I hate to say it, but Chris Wood, he just doesn't have that quality, does he? He tries, but he doesn't really offer us very much. Yes, he can win the ball now and again, but I just feel like Callum Wilson would be suited against this Leeds defence with balls over the top, as we've already seen from Miggy in that first half so much. Leeds have had the moments, but I'd say we've probably edged it as we do in most home games now. We've had our chances. Shah's had a good chance from a header. Botman's come close. I feel like a goal's coming. The atmosphere's there. We shoot at the Gallagher in the second half. Just need to stay. Obviously, defensively, we've been solid, but Leeds have had a couple of moments, a couple of dangerous moments. You've got to be looking to bring Callum Wilson on that second half. A lot of our good players come down the left-hand side, and Joe Linton, absolutely love the man, but sometimes he's just not lacking that natural attacking oust to take a man on, a bit like what a winger would. And I'd love to say St. Maximin could take advantage of a game like this, but he hasn't done much when he's come on for us in recent times. So could it be the game for St. Maximin? Certainly the game for Callum Wilson, so I'm hoping to see him in the second half, but I do still fancy us to get 3 points. Away the lads. I'm joined by Rick. He's just come out of the game. Rick, what did you think of that today?
I think it was disappointing overall. As people said, there was no clear chances, but I do think the referee lost control of that game. It's one of the worst I've seen this season in all games, I think. He just let them get away with murder, and he just couldn't keep control on what was going off all over the pitch.
We seem to be getting used to teams coming to St James's Park and playing anti-football now, and I think Leeds obviously did that today, and there was a hell of a lot of time wasted in there.
There was, right from the beginning. But I think Leeds were determined not to lose that game. They were poor against Man City a couple of days back, and they can't afford to lose any more games like that. So we were always up against it.
I'm joined by Willie and Heidi, who've just gone to the match. These two are from Finland, first ever game at St James's Park. What did you both think of that?
We need a goal.
Feeling was great, and but not.
Newcastle is better team.
Yeah.
We could have probably played all day and we wouldn't have scored a goal today. We would not have scored a goal.
2-3 goals maybe.
So obviously you've come all the way from Finland to watch the match today. What did you think of the atmosphere inside St James's Park?
Really nice.
Really, this is great.
In Finland we have 500 atmos attendance because of
500 fans, so you've just come and watched 52,000?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm joined by Stuart. He's just come out of the game. Stuart, bit of a cagey game. We knocked on the door all of the second half. What did you think of that game?
It's nice to find a team that comes up here and treats us the way we did last season to other teams. We weren't there to be beaten. We were there to be stopped. And they stopped our players. Now, Eddie Howe's got to do either bring in players or change players, but he's got to get some way of beating teams that just shut. Yeah. What we did, park the bus. We're not going to concede goals. Well, we didn't concede. They didn't really threaten us that way. But we certainly couldn't beat them. We couldn't break them down.
I was just saying to the last person I spoke to, I think what we're seeing now is so many teams are coming to St James's Park and playing anti-football, which is weird. It's new, and I think Leeds were very guilty of anti-football.
It's exactly a turnaround on what we had under Steve Bruce, Alan Pardew, all these other players. We're going to stop the big teams beating us. And what did we do? Well, the team came up here and they said, Newcastle aren't going to beat us. That's all they wanted.
And final question, a difficult one. Obviously, last game of the year, 2022. It's been one of the best years in my lifetime of supporting Newcastle. How would you sum up 2022 in one sentence for Newcastle?
Amazing. Totally amazing. I never thought these times would come again. After Keegan and Sir Bobby, I just didn't see it coming.
Give us one sentence how you'd sum up the calendar year then. Just the ones. I know it's difficult.
One sentence?
One sentence.
One sentence. Where are we now?
Where are we now? I like that. I like that. No, I do.
Where are we
I like that. And last question, I promise. The transfer window opens in a couple of hours. I'm not going to ask you about players because that's a rabbit hole I don't want to get in. If you could strengthen what just one position on day one of the transfer window, hypothetically, what position would you strengthen?
Striker.
Yeah.
Got that. Isaac's not playing. Wilson's taking it, but not. Yeah. And Wood. We need somebody who's fit.
If you could strengthen in one position, I won't ask you about players because there's a million we link with. Where would you strengthen? What position on the pitch?
That's a tough one.
I know it is.
That is a really tough one. I think I'd go for midfield, a creative midfielder. Just someone that could slot in. He might not start from the beginning. He's got a lot to come up against, but I'd go for midfield.
Well, we're not really used to this drawn malarkey, are we? I'm so used to coming outside St James's Park with a win. It's just become the norm, so this is a bit of a strange one. I thought we huffed and puffed today. We huffed and puffed and puffed. That second half was an absolute onslaught. I haven't seen the possession stats, but that second half you'd be lucky if Leeds kept the ball for 5 passes. It was just what we saw typically used to. I don't know what Eddie Howe says at half-time in these sorts of games, but he must just say it. I don't know. I don't know whether he's got them on the Monster cans now he's sponsored by them, but it was a total onslaught. It was one of them matches, I said at the start of the video, if we'd have played all day, I don't feel like we would have scored. I mean, Longstaff missed a couple in the first half. Shah should have done better with a header. Botman came close. And it was just attack after attack after attack. And we brought him on. You know, a couple of areas I didn't think we were great in today. I thought Trippier, I don't even like to criticise the man, but his balls into the box, Melier, the goalkeeper, was absolutely mopping up. I thought his deliveries into the box today were quite sloppy. Longstaff, you know, people talk about us being in the title race because of where we are in the league, and you know, we don't see it in terms of we think we're going to be, but by league position, yes, you can argue we are at the moment. But I think the difference between us and maybe the likes of your Man Cities is players maybe like Longstaff with that composure. He's been wonderful for us, but he's spooned the ball over the bar a couple of times. And again, defensively, Newcastle, we don't worry about that side of the game anymore. I don't worry about that side of the game anymore. Leeds, yes, they caused us a couple of problems in the first half, but defensively we are rock solid. So that box is ticked with Pope in goal and Botman and Shah and Dan Bird. And you know, defensively we're fine. It's in the other end of the field, and I think we saw it a little bit against Bournemouth, not taking our chances. It's crept in a little bit today, and we have to get used to teams now playing anti-football. And it's crazy to say that, but teams are now coming to Newcastle desperate for a point, desperate to slow the game down. And yeah, I agree with some of the fans I've just spoken to. I thought the referee lost control. Callum Wilson at the end, I don't know why he's pushed the goalkeeper over, but I tell you what, that was right in front of me. It's amazing to see the players standing up for each other, charging in after each other. Just literally, we are so united in everything we do. Whether there's a scuffle, whether it's a celebration in the corner, we do everything as a team. But hey, last game of the year, let's not get too negative. We've drawn, we're still unbeaten. We've got Arsenal on Tuesday, which is an exciting prospect. We can cause them so many problems. And this calendar year has been absolutely incredible. You know, anti-football from us in the last year has turned into anti-football from every opposition team pretty much that travels to St. James's Park. Our possession, our intensity, our attack and play, our unity as fans now with the squad, with the players, with the club is just totally different to what it was this time last year. And the job Eddie Howe has done is nothing short of remarkable. That man deserves manager of the season. And it's just a bit of a time for reflection for me that there's so many better times that to come, but I honestly think that 2022 will be the year we look back and think, wow, that was when it started. Remember 2022. Happy New Year to all you lovely Newcastle fans, all subscribers who've made Black and White Banter, me doing these videos so enjoyable, and I'm hoping the channel continues to grow across all social media. It really is at quite a rapid pace, if I'm being totally honest with you. I hope you all have a lovely New Year. Let us know what you thought of today's game in the comments, and we go on to Arsenal on Tuesday for a really, really exciting game against the table toppers. I cannot wait to get down to London on Tuesday. Have a good one, drink lots, and I'll see you on the next video for probably Arsenal on Tuesday night. Away the lads, and a happy New Year. See you later.